Thank you and good evening. And I would like to start my remarks by saying that I have another forum that's actually up in Newark that I've got to run to, that I actually think my opponent is just going straight to there. Well, I wanted to swing by here because this is an important audience for me. So an hour and a half down the road, an hour and a half back, but just wanted to get out and say hello. I've been in the state Senate since 2002 when I was first elected. I've been the Senate Minority Leader for the last 2 years. But I'm not a career politician. I didn't run for the state Senate until after I had taken over a family printing company in 1994 and grew it from a 10-person enterprise to about 80 people today that's internationally recognized, one of the 400 largest in the United States with world-class capabilities. I didn't run for the Senate until after I had started a nonprofit in the city of Wilmington to provide workforce training, construction training to formerly adjudicated young men while we rehab houses in the city of Wilmington, working with Habitat for Humanity, interfaith housing, and others. And I didn't run for the state Senate until after it became clear to me that Dover was lacking independent leaders who would fight against the go along to get along attitude that was pervasive in the state. And I didn't run for lieutenant governor until after it became clear this April that the governor, most of the elected leaders of the executive branch, many of the leaders of the General Assembly were less interested in fixing the problems that are causing the issues in our state as they were about just getting past this election and getting reelected. So what you're looking at is somebody who is who's not a career politician, that has skills in the private sector, the nonprofit sector, but has been in government long enough to know what the problems are, but not long enough to be a part of those problems. And I think you need all three of those strands, the private sector, the nonprofit sector, and the government sector, just like the strands of a rope, to work together to pull Delaware out of the bottom from where it is. Look at jobs in the economy. We need to have entrepreneurial activity in the state of Delaware. We need new businesses coming in. We need 21st century jobs, whether that's in alternative energy, solar, wind, ethanol, butanol. We need jobs that are high-tech. I have a background in, my degree is computer science and physics. You need somebody that can walk the walk and talk the talk when it's talking to entrepreneurs, business people, bankers, venture capitalists, to entice them to come to Delaware, one. But you also need somebody that understands how the government's running and makes it difficult for small business people to actually thrive in the state of Delaware. And I can bring those skills because I've done that. When I was elected to Senate, I only asked for one committee, the Education Committee, and I fought for 6 years for school choice. I believe strongly in school choice, whether that's innovation within the districts or charter schools. I believe that parents and families ought to have the right to decide how their child is educated, not a Dover-based bureaucrat. And the last thing that I will do as Lieutenant Governor is be, again, an open and independent voice for Delawareans. Too many of our elected executive branch officials kept their mouths shut while the problems mounted because they just wanted to run for office this year. And I have not kept my mouth shut for my 6 years, and I will continue to do that. And I look forward to your support in this upcoming election. I'm sorry that I do have to go, but I have a website, charliecopeland.com. There's also a phone number there, and if anybody has any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them, give you a call back or whatever. Appreciate you coming out, and I appreciate the time, and I'll yield those remaining 3 seconds to whoever comes next.